Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of France, which I will be going to for my boy Squeezy's event that I will be streaming for the American team, I finished it. A masterpiece in every way. Clair obscur, expédition 33, lumière. Oui, oui. What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from not so sunny, but hazy California, Los Angeles. Folks, we're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today is a wonderful day. Today is Thursday, folks. It's Thursday, September 18th, 2025. And we got a lot going on in the world. It's really happening. Everything is happening all at once. Are you going to be on Shit Camp 3? What do you think? Great question, chatter. What do you think? Do you think perhaps I will be doing a public appearance anytime soon? The answer is no. Well, yeah, I'm not even going to TwitchCon. And part of the reason why isn't even about like me. I obviously am worried about my own safety, but I'm worried about like putting others in the crosshairs as well. So no, I'm not going to be doing many collabs, especially ones outdoors anytime soon. You spelled David wrong? Wait, really? I don't know how to spell it, but anyway, is the title meant to say comedy is illegal now? No, it's legal now. Bro, become old now, has white hair. It's true. Anyway, low-key glad I met you in July because you need to stay out of the public eye. Yeah, so folks. No, I'm going to China. I'm going to France. Obviously, like international travel is fine. Well, there's other issues with international travel. It's when at the point of entry, let's see if I'll be able to get back into the country. But that's neither here nor there. This is the part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news. And let me tell you, there is something very important I need to tell you, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of France, which I will be going to for my boy Squeezy's event that I will be streaming for the American team, I finished it. A masterpiece in every way. Clair obscur, expédition 33, lumière. Oui, oui. That's right, I finished it off stream last night. I was like, you know what? It's time to take a crack at it. I was playing the Act 3 because Act 3 is like pretty open, where if you choose to follow all the quest lines, you can do it. It's like a choose your own adventure style situation. And I was doing all of it, and then I said, you know what? You got post-game content to do too? No. I did all of it. I did all the post-game content, and then I basically finished the game. No, I did not beat Simon. I know. I did not beat Simon. Anyway, shut up. So, it was great. I chose the bad ending. I won't reveal, but I chose the bad ending and not the good one. I'm not going to spoil it because there might be people who haven't played it, but it was a spectacular experience, even on the Steam Deck, which of course was certainly not both endings are bad, but there's like a really bad ending, and then there's like a less bad ending. Let's just say there is a, depending on your philosophy. Okay, couple things I will say. Obviously, this game is about grief and coping with loss and trauma and letting go. It's very clear that is the entire purpose of the game. Like the entire storyline is built on this concept, okay? And this is not about, guys, I'm not giving you a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. Nothing I'm saying is a spoiler. All I'm saying is it's about coping with trauma and it's about grief. And it's actually a beautiful game about this concept, about how people cope with it and what is the appropriate thing to do. Okay? And all I will say is, depending on your personal moral philosophy, let's just say if you are a utilitarian, for example, there is a very obvious option there that the philosophy of the developers has regarded as the wrong one. Whereas if you go along with the release of grief and letting go in order to move along with your life, that's still a bad ending, but it's the less bad ending. Let's just say I went with the utilitarian approach because from my perspective, everyone's a real human being. And the concept of humanity and the concept of a soul is not necessarily dictated by flesh. And therefore, I consider what the game developers clearly chose to be the immoral ending to be the correct and moral one. Okay? That is all I'm going to say. Now, of course, there's still issues there, and I think I like that they kept it. They kept some of the problems with that ending as well. But overall, I think at first I was frustrated with like how weird the characters were because it was not built around any decipherable, discernible previous fantasy character structure, RPG character structure that I'd ever seen. No orcs, no elves, you know what I mean? And for that reason, it was like difficult to understand at first. But once you push past that difficulty, that initial difficulty, I will say once you find yourself in this universe, leaning into it, I think it's great. It's great that, yes, I relationship maxed everyone also. What a silly question, of course. And I fuck Seal, which was wrong. That was my biggest mistake. Okay? I would have, if the option was presented to me at the same time, I would have gone with the Weijin waifu, Lune best girl, obviously. But unfortunately, I by accident, by sheer accident, I fuck Seal instead, and that's because I mean she threw it my way faster than Lune did. Lune was playing too hard to get, so yeah, I piped Seal. Okay, very quickly engaged in post-nut clarity, very quickly realized worst mistake of my life, but doesn't matter. Also, I will tell you this much. I never fully comprehended the Seal combat system the entire game. Okay? But overall, game is fantastic. Is it game of the year? A lot of people say it's game of the year for sure. I don't know. I think it's too soon to tell. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. And I totally understand why people consider it game of the year. Wasn't Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 also this year, though? Because I still think, because Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out far too early in the year, there is no recency bias, and it probably will not get the recognition that it absolutely deserves. But I still think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is my game of the year, if we're keeping it a $1.50. So no need to mute. Expedition 33 talk is not, it was very much spoiler free. But what I'm saying is I greatly enjoyed it. It was fantastic. I would give it a 9 out of 10, maybe an 8.5 out of 10. But I think it's, the reason why I'm giving it that is probably because I played it on the Steam Deck. Okay? I played it on the Steam Deck, and there were definitely some complications due to it being on the Steam Deck. But small dev team, obviously they poured a lot of love into this process. It's Kino, it's art. It is exactly what it's supposed to be. I will say, soundtrack was spectacular. I think the world was a little crazy. The world was a little too rich for my blood, for my tastes. Like, I can't get over the fact that maybe it was too French. I don't know what it is, but it was an amazing experience. It was an amazing experience, and I really, really loved it. And yeah, shouts out to the French. Much love to the French. Did you beat Kingdom 2? Of course I did. I beat Kingdom 2, and I started playing Kingdom 1 because of how good Kingdom 2 was. But the game I was talking about is Expedition 33. I just finished it last night, and I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Maybe like a 8.8 out of 10. There was no way to play that on the stream, by the way. That's not a good stream game. I think y'all are crazy, and you don't know what's good for you. So yeah, that was personal news. Woke up this morning. It was actually, the weather was really terrible. The weather was actually kind of ass. And it was raining, and I didn't know if I could go to the park for that reason. But I found an indoor court, and it was awesome. Playing basketball indoors is such a fantastic experience. It was yet another moment where I pushed myself when I didn't want to do something, and I'm really glad I did because I felt great. This is like post leg day, so obviously playing basketball post leg day, usually on the concrete, it really fucks me up. But playing indoors, much bouncier, much better on your knees. I forgot that there is a world out there where you could just like play basketball and not feel tremendous pain in the immediate aftermath. Yeah. I'm glad that I did that, though. Once again, this is your reminder that if you feel like you can't go out and you feel like you can't work out, you feel like you're too tired today, you got a headache, this or that, pushing through that and actually going out and engaging in some kind of physical activity is always going to be good. It's always going to be good. You're always going to feel better. There's never been a moment where I have felt terrible and then decided to push through it and go work out and felt worse in the aftermath. I always feel better. And I highly recommend it for all of you. Touch grass. Once again, when the world feels like it's completely outside of your control, obviously, there are still things that you do have control over: your body, your mind, your mental sanity, your immediate friendships and your relationships, your family. There is some very... Hassan, can you please unban my other account? I literally watch you all the time. I made once to the comment saying streaming is harder than working a 9 to 5. The day after you literally had a title just that for your stream. I don't know why I was perma-banned for that. When I see trolls in your comments say way worse things than me, please unban me. My other account is LA Dodgers, also Free Palestine. Hell yeah. You unbanned. Okay. Do you use any hypertrophy apps for your workouts? No, I have trainers. But okay, that working out is really important, especially more important now than ever before. It's always good though. It's always good for your brain. It's always good for your mind. It's good for your body. It's good for your soul. So no matter what you do within the confines, within the limitations that you currently have, within the confines of what you can do, you should always attempt to do, because you put the right foot, you take one step after the next, and before you know it, you've arrived at your destination. So, in any case,
I need your help to open my backpack so I can give Boots his present. You have to say backpack. Say backpack! Say backpack!
Yo, stop saying backpack. Fuck you mean backpack? There's a photo of him walking up the stairs. Does this backpack look like there's a fucking weapon in it?
Louder!
It would be poking out.
Backpack, 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 backpack.
It's not a
On the
foldable
backpack,
stock.
loaded up
Shut up.
with things and knickknacks too.
The gun. They just
Anything
showed
that
the
you
gun.
might need, I got.
That's amazing. That's real. That happened. That happened on this broadcast. Meanwhile, federal government's like, we got to go after these Antifa terrorists. These dangerous terrorists. Meanwhile, this is what's going on at the HasanAbi broadcast. They want to come after me because I'm doing commentary on Dora the Explorer, dude. Sniper, no sniping? Okay, dude, stop. I made this meme. Me in 2027, listening to the illegal HasanAbi shortwave radio broadcast while on the run because Supreme Leader Thiel criminalized any anti-fascist thought in the American Burger Reich.
Just saying whatever, bro. 100%. I do think that the sequential events here will probably get a bunch more liberals to wake up to the reality, though. Are you scared? No, I'm not. And neither should you be scared, okay? You shouldn't be either. Cannot be scared in this moment. Don't be.
Dora the Explorer, was she exploring weaknesses in our border? That's one of the funniest bars that Will Neff has ever put out there. Yeah. That alongside with my take on algebra, more like Al Qaeda. We can't have none of that in those schools. That's like those were the days, man, when Will and I would just like rip them. What is this? I made this little highlight of your inspiring speech and it kind of popped off. Oh, nice. If you're still doing this during the apocalypse, isn't that just insanity at that point? I mean, we still need a sense of community. The new HasanAbi girlies are going through
stole the
evolution of starting to watch Hassan Piker to become more informed about politics, and now this is how I watch his streams.
Powerful object in the universe.
Blah, blah, blah. Proper name, place name, backstory stuff.
It would be funny if this wasn't our future, to be honest. Hopefully it won't be, okay? You need to go on Will's stream more. True. There's new Rolling Stone coverage for David. Everything we know and don't about the missing teen found in a car registered to David. Yeah, bro, this is a pretty crazy story. It's probably gonna become like national news if it hasn't already. And obviously I'm gonna talk about that too. It's pretty crazy. So this is a singer and also was a streamer. Like he was a literal streamer. He was like a Fortnite streamer. He became a singer. He has a song with my nephew, Jason the Ween. And it turns out he is, I mean, it's pretty crazy because like, I think universally, everyone, if you were to ask most people, they would say like that he was, he presented himself as like this impossibly good and nice and kind person to such a degree that like it's full tilt whiplash, the heinous crimes. No, it's not like R. Kelly. I'm telling you, like, because sometimes there is at least like an indication that a dude is doing awful shit, right? Like this dude, there was no indication. I mean, maybe his fan base might have known, like, because there's some stuff about like his Discord server, and like probably his Discord server knew he was up to some fucking, you know, pedophile stuff, right? But I'll give you guys an example. I'll tell you what happened here. But like, this is some Dexter ass shit. Okay. Now there's no full connection. There's no full blown investigation that has been conducted. And as far as I understand, the law enforcement is really taking their time with this thing. I don't know what the fuck they're on. I don't know what kind of timing LAPD's on, but let me tell you, okay, god damn, dude, do your fucking jobs, LAPD. Holy shit. All right, listen, we'll get into it. We'll get into it in a second. I haven't even blasted off yet, but there is some pretty, LAPD's too busy playing Candy Crush, dude. It is crazy. The story is crazy. A few days ago, my father passed away. It's difficult for me to even find the words for the emptiness it leaves me with. He was my last family member in the state, and I was there with him until the end. I will endure, but I don't think I'll ever be the same. I love you, Pa, he says. His dad was a pretty chill dude. I never actually personally met him, but I know he was like in here quite a bit. As a matter of fact, check his last message in the chat. What did he say? Happy birthday, Hassan. Aw. Oh my God, he was a sound dandy as well. Yeah, that's sad. That makes me sad. He said, my son is not right wing. Yeah, he would regularly try to pull Asmondad back to a sense of normalcy when he felt like he was going a little crazy. But obviously, this is like beyond politics. Regardless, you know, I hope Asmondad's doing all right. And shouts out to Asmondad. You will be missed.